Dear brothers and sisters in Christ, peace be with you. Today I'd like to take a few minutes of your precious time to speak to you about the pandemic. The current pandemic is far from over, as we are witnessing here and elsewhere a surge in positive cases. Thankfully, most are recovering, but apparently we are still a long way from the end of this worldwide health crisis. That is why we must all continue to do our part to assist in reducing the spread of this potentially deadly virus. As we reopen for public masses on May 6th, my leadership team and I publish guidelines that I believe have helped in this effort and have kept people as safe as possible. Those guidelines, available on the diocesan website and which will remain on after the video, remain in force until further notice. The general dispensation from the obligation to attend Sunday Mass is still available for those who need it, especially the elderly, the infirm, and those in the higher risk categories. I'm asking all of our pastors to continue to implement these guidelines, but now with renewed diligence. I ask that everyone follow them as carefully as possible, especially the importance of social distancing. In those guidelines, as you may recall, we highly recommended the wearing of masks, but did not require them, leaving that decision to the individual who chose to attend. On July 2nd, Governor Kelly issued a state order mandating the wearing of masks or facial coverings while in public, with exceptions for certain individuals. Each county and city jurisdiction has or will decide how best to implement this state order. It seems wise and prudent to follow the decisions of these jurisdictions, because each location is unique in regard to this health crisis. Having said this, however, I am requesting that beginning on July 11th and until further notice, the people who choose to come to Mass wear masks, except for those exempt in the governor's order. I believe this is a small act of charity most of us can offer for the health and well-being of others. I also ask our priests and deacons and other liturgical ministers to wear a mask in the procession and recession and during the distribution of Holy Communion. Making this request, however, I ask that no one be denied admittance or asked to leave if they have chosen not to wear a mask. If you can, please wear a mask. Information from the CDC tells us that doing this, coupled with social distancing and following other guidelines, will help the country and the world eventually emerge from this crisis. I join all of you in praying for a speedy end to this health crisis. Together with God's grace and our cooperation with the divine assistance, we will make it through. Until then, and in the meantime, I assure all of you of my daily prayers.